audible? Yeah. So thank you, Kevin, for giving a quick introduction about India and all the facts regarding India. Now I'm going to talk about the introduction to Diwali. We hear Diwali a lot. We only hear that Diwali is festival of lights. But what exactly is Diwali is what I'm going to talk in the coming few minutes. So why did I name the authentic is because I want to give a little more background on not just about Diwali, about the culture of this land. So what exactly is that every person on the world talks about the great culture of India. They only mention about it has a big culture and they say nothing more into it. So in case if you are such person who have not heard more about India, this is the time that I am going to talk about it. So what exactly the culture says? The culture works on only one principle that says Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is in Sanskrit, which essentially translates to the world is one family. So by default, everyone, every race, every religion is one, is what Indians believe. And you might have heard the name Hindu religion, but if we go back in time, even before when Kevin talked about the facts that are after 1947, I'm talking about something before Christ. So at that time, there's nothing as such called a religion there, but it's only people following a certain culture, which is called Sanatana Dharma. So I can't really translate that into English, but essentially that means that everything that comes, you interact in your real life is treated as God. For example, as Kevin just said, there's a temple dedicated to rats. Isn't it kind of surprising to know? Likewise, if you keep walking in a street, you will find one temple at the end of it, and there are around 33 crore gods, and there is no leader to those gods. You can't really say who is the leader of that god. So like that. So what I'm trying to convey is that everything in this land is considered godly. Now, in such a land, what is this Diwali about? So there are millions of festivals that everyone celebrate. In a year, if you count the number of festivals, each of the state celebrates different kinds of festivals based on their geolocation. And there's a saying that for every 200 kilometers on the length and breadth of India, the culture, the language, and also the way people dress, the people eat changes. So that diverse is this country, and in such a country, what is this Diwali, where everyone celebrates across the whole country? So as the time passed by, apart from this Sanatana Dharma, there are also other essential religions that have born and had been thriving on this land. One couple of such religions are Sikhism and Jainism. Even those religions follow this festival. Now, how is that possible? You might have that question. So, as I said, this whole culture of India is based on that particular land that is between Himalayas and the Indian Ocean. So, everything there was happening at one sequence, at one particular sequence. So, how is that? Is what I am going to tell you on why is this Diwali celebrated. So each culture has its own calendar. Likewise, this culture has its own calendar, but that is essentially broken down into 4 yugas, which comprises of those many years. And you have a graph on your left side, as you can see. And why did I place that is because if you understand that z-axis, which is perpendicular, at a given point of that line, the things keep repeating itself. So in every yuga, there's something good happening on this Diwali day. So that is why we call it a festival where we celebrate the success of good over evil. So how does that happen? So before going to that, I just wanted to clarify one more point, is that there's a lot of usage of the word mythological in, if you just Google Diwali, I have seen questions from other countries asking, is Diwali a Christmas for India? is Diwali something mythological? No, it's not mythological, but what I can say is it's historical. So long ago, there were certain events that have happened which people started celebrating as a festival called Diwali. For example, as you can see on the right, this is in something called Dwapara Yuga, which is around some 5,000 years ago, and so there was one demon, as you can see. That demon was actually torturing and harassing the entire population in that area. So the king of that area at that time was Lord Krishna, and his wife is, as you can see in this picture, the depiction is that while Krishna fell unconscious, his wife takes his bow and arrow and kills that evil or the demon. And from that time, people started celebrating that day as Diwali because they have finally seen light. And that is the reason why Diwali is called the Festival of Lights. And on your left hand side, this is depicting the entire Ramayana. So this was 5,000 years prior to this event, wherein there was a king again, his name is Lord Rama, and his wife and him went to a forest, and to put it short, his wife was kidnapped, and Rama, instead of going back to his kingdom and marrying some random girl, he takes all the effort to go down all the way, finding this demon who had captured his wife, and finally fights a war which he is not interested in, and kills that demon, as you can see, who has 10 faces, and finally reaches to his wife. He gets his wife, and once he walks back all the way to his kingdom with his wife, that was the day the kingdom of Rama celebrated something called Diwali. So these are the occurrences that was happening for every 5,000 years. So if you ask me what is happening now, are there any wars that are happening? Not really. But what's happening now is that as per the land, it says that today there is good and evil in each of us. Sometimes we behave differently, badly, sometimes we behave good. So trying to internalize that process of letting the good win over evil, doing some self-analysis about ourselves and growing good is what we today celebrate Diwali. So how is Diwali celebrated in the modern India 2022? So people decorate their goddess. So this goddess is called Goddess Lakshmi, who is the goddess for prosperity. And it is believed that on the day of Diwali, Goddess Lakshmi has born. The power of prosperity has born. And that's why people celebrate by doing puja to Goddess Lakshmi. And I mean certain rituals that they do. And on the right side, you can see people light up something called diya, and they burn firecrackers so as to celebrate the success of good over evil. So this is called Diwali, which is capsulated into the line called Festival of Lights. And I happen to be the social chair for Indian Student Association, and I thank ISSC for giving me an opportunity to talk further about the events that Indian Student Association is doing on campus. For the year 2022 to 2023, this is the e-board from Indian Student Association. We have Sumant, who is the president for. This is Sumant, who is the president for ISA, and we have Vice President Vijay, Treasurer Gomit, Secretary Pratishtha, and myself, the social chair. So we have been trying to do enormous work in making around 200 Indian students feel home at UMass D, because these people have come, I mean these people as in I also, we all have come crossing the 7 seas that we say. So obviously students expect certain information to be dissipated apart from what the campus is already doing. So what we did is during the summer, after forming this e-board, we have done a session, something called Let's Talk, wherein essentially there are WhatsApp groups for every university, people coming from India, and so do we. And in these WhatsApp groups, we have come to know that there are people who have gotten their I-20s and who have taken their visas. So they have many questions. You would wonder. We had to talk to their parents also. Some students have parents who are so much worried about their kids. They wanted to talk to someone who are already here. So we have conducted a session and given away the necessary information, as in how they belong to ISSC here. They are all the questions that they might have should go to ISSC. All the questions regarding courses should go to their advisor, which they wouldn't know unless and until they go into the coin and all of that sort. So, and we have collected some feedback, and we are glad that we have got so many 5s and some 4s, and everyone found it useful. And then, of course, as a SAIL organization, we have been present on the Corsair Fair. This is a picture from that. And we have conducted an event for those people who have come this year. So we called it Swagatam, which essentially translates to welcome. And you can see provost and other professors from India have come, and they have been giving us guidance on how to go ahead in our career and how to utilize all the resources that are available as a UMass D students. And as I was saying, there are so many festivals here, and one of such is Navratri celebrations, where we celebrate the divine feminine. So one such event that we have done in the Trip Athletic Center, so it is just essentially gathering at one place and doing a little puja there. Finally, we have Diwali this weekend. We expect you all to come along with your family. As I said, it is one world, one celebration. So we all want all of you to come and celebrate along with us. There are so many performances lined up, and there is also Indian food accompanied after the performances. So I would request you all to invite your friends from other countries and invite your friends and family along with you. And I still have one more minute here. So I want to thank ISSC for this opportunity, for giving this opportunity to talk a lot about what I spoke today. And I want to thank my advisors who have been guiding us. Preela ma'am is here, and Dr. Satya is not here, but still, thank you advisors for supporting us. And thanks to all those friends who have no positions in ISA, but still, they come, these volunteers who are always responding to us, even though we are so busy in organizing such big events like Diwali. So we are expecting 500 people, and I want you all to be among those 500 people. Thank you so much. Wishing you all a great day.
Thank you, Anuji. You did such a wonderful job introducing Diwali, and I want to say thank you to ISA too for your tremendous help to the current Indian students and incoming new students. Thank you. And for sure, I already bought tickets.